Hey traders, just wanted to put this together real quick. I posted in the chat that this is a textbook play, but I just kind of wanted to go over why that is. So we've been talking about this level or this particular stock for quite a while, and we saw some nice movement over here, but then some overall weakness, and then right at um, well, how do I want to do this? Just so you guys know, these times are in Central Time. So if you're looking at this exact chart later, my 13:30 is actually 1:30, but market-wise it would be 2:30. So we see this green crossover arrow. We know that that means that the 8 has now crossed back over the 13 EMA. And so the 13 is not plotted, but the 8 is, and that's this yellow one. And so it pops above it. We see that it held that key VWAP level from before, and so it starts building and quickly crosses over the 55, and then I put the alert right here, and so if you were there and paying attention to it, you had a few minutes to still get it right at the hold number, but even if you got it slightly above it, you should have still been all right. And so we see that it holds that hold number really well. In the meantime, if we take a look at our lowers, we see that they are going from negative and they crossed over. And so right here is a really beautiful entry opportunity if you were paying attention to it. But then my alert was right here, and so you still had a little time to get a pretty good move on it. And so if you jumped into it, there was some hesitation right here at the first R level. It pulled back below it, but then it held that 8 EMA pretty well. Jumps right up through the second one, right up, and just kind of holds that 8 EMA this whole time. And in the meantime, we're seeing that all these lowers are building at the same time. Quite a bit of hesitation going on over at the third R level. And, at this point, if you got this up to 45, you know, you're doing pretty well. That's almost 2/3 of the way for the for the day's trade for your dollar goal. So we see some hesitation. It pops up, but it really doesn't hold that well. But then it finds support at the 21 EMA. If this spot made you really nervous, and I could understand why it is, and you sold there, I get it. But if you did risk a little bit more than that, you had a few more opportunities to get even up into the 70s. And then from there, it pretty much trails back. We see this crossover arrow, and that's the 3 and the 13. And so that's a pretty good signal that maybe this isn't going to quite do as much as we want to do, or it's going to fade away rather. And so we see that these lowers are now going back. The TTMs headed pretty much back to zero. Momentum's about to cross over the zero line. So maybe you take that third R and you take a 60-cent move for the day, or if you did sell up here, not a whole lot of obvious signs of selling, but we did see that this candle stopped pretty sharply, came back down, and then it tried to do it again, but both of these candles were pretty weak, so that would be where you would hold off on something like that. So that's this play. I hope you guys got it. If you didn't, I hope you get the next one, and I wish you the absolute best. Take care, guys.